I've spent most of my life being told the same thing you probably have: drink more water. Got a headache? Drink water. Feeling tired? Drink water. Muscles cramping? You must be dehydrated. Drink more water. For years I followed that advice faithfully. I carried my water bottle everywhere, made sure I got in my 8 glasses a day, and still I couldn't shake the nagging muscle cramps that woke me at night, the weakness I felt in my legs, and that unsteady feeling every time I got up from a chair. I thought this was just aging. I thought it was inevitable. But then I discovered something that turned everything upside down. It wasn't that I wasn't drinking enough water, it was that I was drinking it the wrong way. And what I'm about to share with you could change the way you hydrate forever. When water makes you weaker, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? That a glass of pure plain water, the very thing we're told is life's elixir, could actually make us weaker. But that's exactly what happens as we get older. See, our muscles aren't just bundles of protein fibers. They're about 80% water. A hydrated muscle is like a plump, juicy grape, firm, strong, and responsive. But a dehydrated muscle is like a raisin, shrunk, brittle, and weak. When muscles dry out, they don't contract properly. They cramp, they weaken, and they rob us of the strength and balance we rely on every day. That's why so many seniors, including myself, notice more nighttime cramps, dizziness, and that frustrating feeling of instability. Here's the real kicker. After 60, our bodies stop handling water the way they used to. Why plain water doesn't work like it used to? There are 2 big changes that happen in the body as we age. First, we absorb water less effectively. When we drink, water passes through the digestive system before it can enter the bloodstream. To cross into the cells, it needs to pass through gates in the intestinal wall. As we get older, those gates don't open as easily for plain water. Much of what we drink just passes through us without ever reaching our cells. Second, we hold on to less water. Our kidneys are responsible for balancing fluids, but with age they get less efficient. They let go of water too easily, sending it to the bladder instead of keeping it in circulation. That's why many seniors run to the bathroom more often, especially after drinking a big glass. The result? You can be drinking plenty, but your muscles are still thirsty. And worse, plain water actually flushes out electrolytes, the minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that muscles depend on to contract and function. That's why so many of us feel weak, cramp at night, and struggle with balance. It's not just aging, it's dehydration in disguise. The hidden role of electrolytes. Electrolytes aren't just sports drink buzzwords. They're literally the electrical sparks that keep muscles moving and nerves firing. Without them, the system collapses. Think of electrolytes as the conductors of a grand orchestra. Without the conductor, the musicians, your muscles and nerves can't play in harmony. When plain water washes electrolytes away, the orchestra falls apart. The cramps, the weakness, the dizziness, they're all signs that the music has stopped. So the solution isn't to drink less water, it's to upgrade your water. How I upgraded my water. I was honestly shocked to learn how simple the fix really is. There are actually 2 easy ways to transform plain water into what I now call smarter water. The first method is what I call the kitchen fix. I take a large glass of water, about 16 ounces, add the juice of half a lemon and just a tiny pinch of mineral-rich salt like Himalayan or Celtic salt. And that's it. The lemon gives you potassium and a nice flavor, while the salt provides sodium and trace minerals that help open up absorption gates in your intestines. The water doesn't taste salty at all. It just tastes fresh and revitalizing. The second method is the electrolyte powder. When I wanted something a bit more convenient, I switched to an electrolyte powder. Brands like LMNT or Ultima give you sodium, potassium, and magnesium, but without all the sugar you find in sports drinks. I just scoop it into my bottle, give it a shake, and sip throughout the day. The difference was night and day for me. Studies actually show that electrolyte water can improve hydration in older adults by up to 30% compared to plain water. I could really feel that difference. My cramps eased up, my legs felt steadier, and I noticed I had more energy. Beyond water, two supplements that really changed everything for me. Upgrading my water was the foundation, but I also found two natural supplements that took things even further. The first is freeze-dried coconut water powder. Coconut water is naturally full of electrolytes, but the sugar content is pretty high. The powdered form is concentrated, super convenient, and gives you potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium without that sugar rush. I just add a scoop to my water or smoothie, and honestly, I can feel the hydration boost almost immediately. The second supplement is creatine. I used to think creatine was just for bodybuilders, but it turns out it's one of the most researched supplements in the world. And it's especially helpful for seniors. A daily dose of 2 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate pulls water into your muscle cells, plumping them up and keeping them strong. It also boosts energy production, which can improve strength, balance, and even walking speed. I stir mine right into my upgraded water or coffee. It's tasteless, mixes easily, and within a few weeks I noticed more stability and less fatigue. My nightly secret weapon. There's actually one more hydration hack that made a huge difference in my life, hydrating before bed. Think about it. The longest stretch you go without water is while you sleep. For 7 to 9 hours, your body is busy repairing tissues and rebuilding muscles, all without any fluid. So now, instead of going to bed dry, I make what I call my recovery nightcap about 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. It's just 8 to 12 ounces of water, a scoop of electrolyte or coconut water powder, and 2 to 5 grams of creatine. This way, my muscles stay hydrated all night. Since I started this routine, I've woken up with fewer cramps, less stiffness, and a lot more morning energy. How I drink water differently now. Here's my new hydration routine. I don't drink plain water anymore. Every glass is, well, upgraded. I sip throughout the day instead of gulping big amounts, and honestly, this helps absorption and avoids those late night bathroom trips. I use supplements wisely, like coconut water powder for minerals and creatine for hydration and strength. I also hydrate with purpose before bed. My nightcap ensures I wake up restored, not depleted. The bigger picture, water and the brain. Dehydration doesn't just affect muscles, it affects the brain too. Many seniors in aged care facilities don't drink enough, and it really contributes to dementia symptoms. One story stuck with me. A woman with dementia hadn't drunk water for 2 days and hadn't gone to the bathroom for 3. She looked vacant, disconnected. Once she was given water gradually, just a few sips at a time, she improved noticeably. That's when it hit me. Hydration is not just about avoiding thirst. It's about protecting our independence, our memory, and honestly, the essence of who we are. My 3-step plan for smarter hydration. Here's how I keep it simple. 1, stop relying on plain water. It's just no longer enough after 60. 2, start adding electrolytes, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of salt or a quality powder. 3, level up with creatine and make a recovery nightcap part of your bedtime ritual. I used to think weakness, cramps, and fatigue were just part of getting older. But now I know better. They were signs my body was crying out for proper hydration. By upgrading my water, adding the right minerals, and supporting my muscles with smart supplements, I've regained energy, stability, and strength I thought were gone forever. I'm not just drinking water anymore, I'm hydrating with purpose. And that single change has given me back confidence, mobility, and independence. If you're over 60, don't settle for just getting old. Start with your next sip. Make it smarter. Your muscles, your brain, and your future self will thank you.